Bullies are cowards. It's as simple as that. And if you've ever sat with a parent whose child has committed suicide because of being tormented on the playground, you will know just how destructive it can be. Now, fast forward to the digital age, and it's now happening in cyberspace, where bullies can reach you anytime, anywhere. Here's Devi Sankri Govender.
We live in a digital world of convenience. Our lives are simpler and more efficient. But with the perks of connectivity comes a dark side too. The cyber realm has given rise to a powerful breed of bully, far worse than the old school thug.
Bullying is no longer limited to a shove on the playground or random taunts in school corridors. It's gone digital. Victims are tormented on social networking platforms because in the cyber world, everyone is a target.
The Bachelor South Africa contestant, attorney America Gopi, was at the receiving end of cyberbullying when the show first aired in February this year.
I thought to myself, well, I still have braces on, and, you know, here's a platform for me to say to people that regardless of what you look like, you can still put yourself out there. It doesn't preclude you from finding love.
But viewers were not supportive or complimentary. They took to social media to criticize and insult America's physical appearance.
It got really nasty, and in episode 4, I was just trending for being ugly. America's teeth are so terrible. People were just like, let's not even get started on the braces.
America wore braces during the show, following an 8-hour reconstructive jaw operation that corrected a severe overbite that made her the target of real-life bullies as a child.
And then in episode 5, I kissed Lee. And then it was, oh my gosh, that kiss looked so painful. America looks like she has such bad breath. How did Lee do that?
While the abuse is mentally taxing on the victims, it doesn't appear to deter the culprits, explains psychologist Ilse Alberts.
The digital world has made it far too easy to hide behind a screen and to intentionally want to damage and hurt another person.
I genuinely thought that my bullying stopped in school. Here I was facing the same thing all over again.
The torment is relentless. You don't know when it's going to strike, and very often the culprits are faceless, difficult to catch and hold accountable. For the victim, it means there is no escape.
Technology attorney Russell Luck explains that cyberbullying is constant. It's 24/7. It ranges from pictures and videos to memes and derogatory language. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be real. Malicious content can be fabricated.
Cyberbullying is not just one type of behavior. It refers to a spectrum of acts. So if, in terms of your cyberbullying or in the online domain, you are engaging in words or conduct which would constitute harassment or hate speech or criminal injuria, yes, it's a crime.
The targets of cyberbullying experience a genuine sense of torment.
There's a form of depression that comes in, and that feeling of helplessness, and a deep feeling of loneliness. The world is against me.
For America, the unrelenting comments brought back memories of past trauma.
It's like you just want the world to cave in on you so that you are hidden. I stopped going out in the public. At one point, I didn't even want to go to work.
When it comes to bullying, the cyber world is much scarier than the real world, according to cybersecurity expert Craig Rosewarne.
In cyberspace, you can be anyone. You can spoof a telephone number, you can spoof an SMS, an email, you can change your voice. I think in cyberspace and the dark web creates a beautiful hiding place for these bullies to actually operate from.
Which makes it easier for the bully.
It gives people this voice that they can reach out to millions of people. People are always trying to be controversial, and people are mean at the end of the day.
This is the coward's way of bullying, vengeful from a distance.
Knowing I don't have to face this person is giving a huge sense of power and a huge sense of control. So that is that grandiose feeling. I have this impact on another human being.
With anonymity, cyber attacks often gain momentum quickly. This breed of bully believes that they are untouchable because they are disconnected from the impact of their actions in the digital world.
Fearlessly outspoken political analyst and journalist Karima Brown was subjected to a viral digital attack of abuse, which included graphic rape and death threats after EFF party leader Julius Malema blasted her personal contact number on Twitter, alleging that Brown was attempting to spy on the EFF. Many cyber bullies mistakenly think that they are above the law, explains Luck.
People must remember that what you do in the digital world is not very different to what you do in the physical world, and you'll be held accountable.
In Brown's case, there was a clear instigator. She took the EFF to court because the attack started when Malema seemingly invited his Twitter followers to harass her. The court ruled in her favor. The judge found that the EFF had violated the electoral code by failing to instruct and take reasonable steps to ensure that their supporters do not harass, intimidate, threaten, or abuse journalists, and especially women.
She did not allow them to bully her. She's a role model for many people.
While this was a relatively clear-cut case, bringing the culprits to book can be challenging more often than not, according to Luck.
It's not so much about having inadequate laws, it's about having inadequate enforcement, because somewhere between the laws and the machinery that follow those laws and implement them, things get lost in the ether.
But this shouldn't deter victims from reporting these cases and taking investigations further. There are means and ways, advises Rose Warne.
How do you find out who this bully is?
You can actually go and take an original link to a YouTube video. We then send this actual link to the attacker. When the attacker clicks on the link, we can see that what the IP address is, that they live in Cape Town.
So gotcha.
In some cases, if we get the IP address, then it is a gotcha.
But even with human rights, legislation and cyber tools, this type of abuse often causes a devastating trail of destruction, especially where the targets are young. Lina Tubane's 13-year-old daughter Angel was the focus of a combined cyber and real-life bullying attack at her school.
She started to behave strange, like she will shout at her little sister. She will just come in and go into her bedroom and close the door. And then I was like, this is not Angel that I know.
Angel failed the previous year and would have to repeat the grade. She sent her mum a voice note about a girl at school who was teasing her. Apparently, there was also a video circulating amongst some learners at the school of Angel doing a popular dance called twerking. She didn't tell her mum about the video, but reported the bullying to a teacher. No action was taken and the bullying continued. The new Cybercrimes and Cybersecurity Bill aims to deliver more serious consequences for transgressions in the digital realm, but it's yet to be enacted.
The law can never regulate in accordance with the speed of which technology evolves. By the time the Cybercrimes Bill is actually enacted as legislation, new instances of bullying and online wrongfulness will occur.
But for children, legislation has very little impact on the daily trauma they experience at the hands of bullies. It got so bad for Lina's daughter Angel that she refused to go to school. Lina went to see the principal, who insisted that she should bring her daughter in. But Angel refused point blank.
I tried to speak to her. I was so calm. But Angel still refused, she refused, and she started to be angry. I've never seen Angel being so angry before. But that day, she was so angry. She went outside. And then she came back in again. She went into her bedroom. Then that's when Angel went outside for the last time. Ne? And then that's when she hanged herself on a driveway with the shoelace.
Too much for Angel. She took her own life at the age of 13. Physiologically, teenagers are not equipped to deal with these types of challenges, as the prefrontal cortex of their brains dealing with rational thought processing has not fully developed, explains Alberts.
It takes time for the brain to fully develop that logical thinking. So I will go and hang myself, but I am not going to die. That is the magical thinking of teenagers, that they're invincible and that what is happening to other human beings as a consequence is not going to happen to self.
The consequences of Angel's death are very real for her mother.
I think I'm a bad parent. I think why I didn't see this thing coming. Like, I blamed myself. I asked myself a lot of questions. Bullying has changed my life because I've lost Angel.